This will not amplify your voice in the room. It will
Sure.
only just get you on.
Record. Okay. Do you have your phone? Can you show me a timer every now and again? Start a timer. Hi. Yeah, I think so.
All right, guys. Welcome. Thank you for coming, Cup of Joe. We appreciate having you all.
And just show me every now and then.
My name's Indigo. I work in the fire department, and I have a side business doing murals, graphic design. Just some announcements. So we had a book club this morning. It's really good. We will have it again in August, so it's always the last Wednesday of the month, which is the 26th of August for next month. The book is 10X is Easier Than 2X by Dan Sullivan and Ben Hardy. You definitely don't have to read the book to come. It's always a good discussion. We get a lot out of it. I don't ever read the book usually, and I always get a lot out of it. I would like to read the book, but don't let that stop you. That's all I'm saying. 8 a.m. It's in the room, just that corner. So definitely put that in the calendar. We also want to thank the library. They always come in early, so we can be here every Wednesday. They don't charge us anything. We don't pay anything. So definitely thank the library for letting us be here. The coffee is sponsored by Commerce Bank. So thank Sam. He's here today. And without further ado, we have Nathan Hall with Lefty Media Group.
Thanks for having me. I really appreciate it. So if I had a nice box of tomatoes over there and I said the word AI, how many want to run, grab it, and chuck some at me? Anybody? No? My wife does. So anytime she gets a chance to chuck tomatoes, it's happening. So same tomatoes. If you had a chance to look at this fashion and this bad hair, who wants to run over there and grab a couple tomatoes? Again, my wife does as well. So when I talk about AI, I lose half the room almost every time. Is it good for humanity? Honestly, I don't know. I don't know. I wrestle with it. But at this point, show of hands, is it inevitable? Is it here? Is it going to drastically change the way business runs? Yeah. My name is Nathan Hall. I'm with Lefty Media. That is most certainly why I'm here. So who we are, first of all, I'm going to fanboy out really, really bad because this is a new development. Trying to stay cool in front of a guy, your favorite MU player ever, did not go well for me. Not even a little bit. So I watched Kareem when he was at Pembroke Hill. If you don't know who he is, he's a phenomenal basketball player. He had two brothers. Their games got so big, they had to move him to Avila College. And they sold out Avila College. Phenomenal for a high school team. He went to MU. He is in the Hall of Fame at MU for basketball. And he played for the LA Lakers with Shaq and Kobe. So having him on board is a huge thing for us. We're very, very excited. He is all in on AI. And he sees that's where business is going. Most beautiful person in the room, because I've been married for 30 years, my wife, Mickey Hall. She tries to keep us all in line, which is not an easy job. The rest of us, we have two people on the backside we call human guides running our accounts. That is Lachelle and Zane. They are training right now. I personally handle all our accounts. I'll tell you what we do here in just a little bit, but I personally handle all our accounts right now. Then we have Kevin Stucker. He's a bright businessman, so he fills in all my horrible flaws. So that's who our team is. So what we do is we do AI discoverability. So we got Google. Google's not going anywhere. They're fabulous. They're not going to be like, hey, cool, we had a good run. OpenAI, go make your money. Not going to happen. But what we are seeing, I was talking to a client just the other day, and he's like, why should businesses do this? I was like, do you have kids? He's like, yeah, my son's 17. I was like, is he there with you? He's like, yes. Ask him if he Googles. And his son had a very colorful word, and then no. He said, I go to ChatGPT. So that's where this is heading. That's why Lefty exists. So why we created Lefty? Our lives are not normal. It's pretty much that simple. Our eldest daughter was born with major heart defects. When she was 31 days old, she had her first open heart surgery. She's had 3 more since, and that road is going to continue to get very hard. She's 14 now. We're very blessed, but I needed a business that could match my personal life, so I can work when I can work, where I can work, and still make money. So the other reason Lefty was born, I'm old. My kids love to tell me that. I was around when the internet came out, if you will. I actually was in school for computer science, and back then it was the same thing. It was websites. I don't know if they're good for businesses. I think it's going to put people out of work. Morally and ethically, is the internet good? I'm smart enough. I got my degree. I got the CCNA. I got all that. But then I was like, I don't want to be a part of the downfall of humanity here. I don't know if I want to contribute to all that. So I hesitated. I saw a lot of businesses hesitate. They got left behind. It was inevitable at that point. It wasn't going away. The people that embraced it got ahead. So didn't think I'd ever see that opportunity again, completely honestly. And here I am again. Is it good for humanity, AI? No clue. Probably not. I'm going to make a little money off of it this time and have a little bit better life. So what we actually do, first of all, when somebody goes in ChatGPT and says, who is Lefty Media? We simply call this GEO. You're going to hear so many different terms, AIO, AEO. Those are fancy and not a lot of people actually know what they mean. They just use them a lot, to be completely honest. So GEO, how we define that, how accurately can GPT, Claude, and Perplexity say exactly who I am? We bring that into a percentage. I built Nova. She's our custom AI. I love Nova. She's high level. She lies to me. She lies to me a lot. I cannot trust Nova, ever. So sometimes GPT or Claude or Perplexity, Lefty Media is a bicycle shop in Toledo, Ohio. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. But that deems my percentage rate. So that's how we track how accurately the AIs are actually saying who you are. How we do that, techie tech, no reason to get into that. You know, that's just me trying to sound smart, and I'm really not. The other thing we do is what we call pick rate. This is where some people will call it AIO, AEO. It's confusing. Pick rate is simply, as business owners, you want things simple, right? This is when somebody goes in, who is the best in your category? It either picks you or it doesn't. Simple as that. That's the harder part. Geo, we can raise those scores fairly easily with access to back-end websites to talk to AI and other creative things. Getting it to pick you is a completely different game. So how we work with small businesses. My goal is for AI to know St. Joe, AI to know Kansas City. If I go to an AI that I have not trained, I say best coffee shop in Kansas City, Scooters, Starbucks, Seven Brew, Dutch Bros. None of those are Kansas City. I go to the Opera House down in River Market a lot. That's my place for meetings. AI has no idea it exists. That's Kansas City. We have to train AI to know Kansas City. We have to train AI to know St. Joe. That's my passion and why we're doing this. So we offer it to small businesses, but we also, instead of me building my own sales team, marketing team, babysitting, all that stuff, don't have time for that. So we partner with established digital marketing agencies. We are a strategic partner of Novella Brand House in Kansas City, woman-owned business. She's been there for 17 years now. We offer the service. She offers our service. We fulfill it, and it's a strategic partnership. Other option, sell it whatever you want. You can name it whatever you want, sell it as whatever you want, and we'll do the work in the background. So white label situation there. So Lefty's Dollars and Cents, we are a reoccurring revenue model. So it is a monthly service. Easiest way to think about it, SEO. Easiest way to think about it. It's just SEO for AI. Our biggest thing being first to market with this, we are growing. We're about a year in. Our biggest thing and our biggest challenge is sitting down with people. I sat down with a marketing agency at Kansas City. This gentleman is established. This was a huge business deal for me. He was going to oversell it. He was going to make promises that cannot happen yet. I said no, and I walked away. AI can't be guaranteed. Any data with AI search right now is only about 24 months old. That's all the data anybody in the world has to work with. He wanted to say, I want 120 conversions a month. Can't guarantee you that. It's a retrain of what I'm able to produce. Quick example, we have to analyze where AI goes to recommend people for our pick rate. This is extremely difficult. It goes to different places. First thing we do is when we get a geo score, I'm going to assume it's wrong. I'm going to assume Nova's lying to me. And I'm going to rip that score apart because there's going to be several things that are wrong with that percentage. It's going to hallucinate. It's going to confuse who it's talking about, and it's going to give wrong information. So if I get a geo rate that's 80, my gut right off the bat, no way. I tear it apart. Realistically, it's in the 50s. Good example on pick rate. So I have a client, he does softball lessons, baseball lessons. Those guys are making a lot of money, by the way. If any parents are here, they know that. And his pick rate came back 53%. 53% of the time, AI recommended him. So I have a monthly report. I have reports. I could give that to him and say, dude, I'm awesome. I'm pretty cool, right? But in my gut, I know Nike only gets cited 25% of the time. That's it, 25%. So my guy in Blue Springs is outperforming Nike? No. That's why what we do, everything we do has a human behind it, and I'm getting close to time. So that's our biggest thing is we assume AI is lying on our product, and we will not give a score to an owner until we know it is actually right. Can't trust AI. Give honest results. It's a retrain on what we can provide. I can get super techie with you, and I do that in a heartbeat because I love this business. But our biggest challenge right now, we are in the KC AI Club. That has done extremely well for us. We had a table at their expo just a couple weeks ago. Huge success. Coolest thing about that expo, every AI company in that room, and there was 22, all focused on never replacing humans, finding a way for AI to help people make their business more efficient. So efficient, they can have their Friday back. What if they can have a 4-day work week? That's what Lefty's about, and that's what everybody in that room is about. So digital marketing agencies, if anybody's looking for a partner, small businesses, I may or may not have talked to somebody just the other day. Please, that's our biggest challenge, and that's what we like help with. Thank you. Not too bad. I love you. Any questions by chance?
What did you do prior to this?
I was a restaurant GM and nightclub GM for the better part of 29 years. So I went way away from the tech that I went to school with, and I went into the hardest industry there possibly is, and tortured myself for 29 years.
So you talked about having businesses be able to be found by AI and take all of that. So what exactly does a subscription afford the business?
Sure. And it's just getting AI to know you, first of all. AI can't pick you until AI knows you. So we do start with geo, getting AI to know you. Several different ways we do that. We show our work on that. We need access to a website. We don't mess with visually. We don't mess with anything. We don't mess with, if there's an SEO provider, we do not step on toes. We respect that. And we write straight to AI on the backside of the website. There's certain ways that they want it, certain forms of information, structure. We just give AI exactly what it wants. I have learned, I was a genius. I knew that couldn't be true. Again, we're going to pick that apart. I found code that could talk to GPT. So GPT could tell me exactly who Lefty Media was. And when I asked it who Lefty Media was, it read my code word for word. So I'm a genius. I go to Claude, put in the same code. Claude's like, I have no idea what you're talking about. I have no idea what this means. Perplexity the same way. No clue what you're talking about. So we do have to write code specific to the LLM we're talking to. Hopefully that kind of answers that. And then the pick rate is a lot harder. Getting them to pick you, that's a whole different game. But that's my favorite part.
How is it, so you mentioned perplexity, ChatGPT, and Claude. So obviously there's all kinds of AI out there. Why did you pick those three? And I mean, you've got your own now too, so it just feels like such a myriad of. It's like you're falling into this chasm and you just haven't got any idea where you're going to fall when it comes to, you know, you got Grok and others. Those are the ones we recognize, but there's like hundreds, maybe thousands of chatbots out there. How do you know which ones that are the ones you should work towards, the ones that people are using?
Data on that. Those are the big three that people are using. Gemini, we purposely do not work with. Google did kind of mess up in one area. Google has Gemini locked down so much that all it cares about is SEO. That's where it goes for its information. Anything I do will not affect a Gemini score. So when Google locked GPT, Claude, and Perplexity out of that, they had to learn different ways to find information. So different AIs coming in, you're going to go with what you trust. You know, you buy Nike because you know Nike. You buy a certain appliance because you're buying the brand name that you trust. GPT, Perplexity, and Claude just happen to be the first to market, and they all bring different things to the table. Perplexity, if you're ever doing research, by the way, most fabulous tool in the world to do research. Yes.
I look around, I'm about the oldest guy here. I remember when the first computer came, but had a business, saw the websites coming. How do you end it?
End it?
Yeah, like you're not there anymore. How do you get off?
Oh, the internet. I don't know. I don't know. Yes, there is. Yes, there is. That's why I would hate to be a kid these days, because as much stupid stuff as I did, if it was on film, I don't know. I don't think my life would be very good.
So does a business need somebody doing SEO and somebody doing what you're offering? Do you need both?
It depends. I sold full stack digital marketing, so I sold SEO. And in Kansas City, with it being very competitive, if I had a plumber spending $2,000 a month with me, I thought I was helping that plumber. Because I can't stop asking why, I wanted to know how the system worked. There's companies spending $6,000 to $10,000, and my client was never going to see the front page. So if you can afford SEO to get yourself on the front page, absolutely. There, you stay with it. If you sell surfboards in St. Joe, spend money on SEO because you have zero competition and it's not going to cost you hardly anything. But we are not anti-SEO by any means. Again, Google's not going anywhere. We're just kind of going to the next thing that's coming. Yeah.
Where does the name of your business come from?
So I may or may not be left-handed. So that's it. That's the first part of it. And I've always just been weird, and not because I think it's cool or I try. It's just a curse that I was born with. That's why Kareem has worked so well with us. He's left-handed. So we just always do things a little bit differently. If you look very closely at our logo, it's off center just a little bit because we're lefty. And the people that want to roast me and say I don't do a good job and I can't even get my logo right, that's one of my favorite because it's by design. Yes.
I'm trying to wrap my head around all of this. Can you illustrate for us, say 10 years in the future, one company works with you, one company does not. Where do you see the disadvantage of the company that did not choose to work with you?
Same way with the people on the websites that got in on e-commerce. They increased their sales through e-commerce. They increased their sales through different sales channels because of the internet. This is the same thing. Get ahead on it. Get AI to know you. AI is super lazy. It works on what's 30 to 90 days of cache data, meaning it's just stuff it was fed. So it can go there and get the answer the quickest. But you can teach AI where to go for information. So it goes to Reddit a lot because it wants unbiased opinions on what real people are saying. I have a courier in Kansas City. I trace where AI goes when it recommends one of my clients, and it's courier freight. So I got it cited over FedEx and UPS, but that wasn't good enough. Why? Where did you go to get that information to recommend Boyd Total? Went to the Department of Transportation and pulled safety records. So it's the person behind it learning where these things are going, because where it goes today, it may not go there tomorrow. So if a human's not looking at this information, Nova's collecting information 24 hours a day. She's getting me data. Half of it is probably wrong. But we analyze it every day so we can find patterns, so we can get clever on how to get our clients cited. But the more we train AI now, the more they're going to trust the people that are doing it now over people that are just starting out. Very similar to Google. You have to impress Google, right? They don't like you right off the bat. AI is very similar in that aspect. Yes.
So if you take a look at where you are today, new startup, checking forward, your scalability, what does that look like? So somebody like you, that level of intelligence, I mean, how many more people do you need for you to scale to where you need to be?
Sure. So being a restaurant GM for 29 years, if I had a patio and I did not start planning and staffing for that patio in December, I was screwed. I was behind. So that's why I have 2 people training with me in the background. I myself will be able to handle 50 accounts. I can automate it that much and still give accurate data to where all I'm going in is analyzing and fact checking. I'm not having to do a lot of the gathering of the data. So I myself can do 50. The 2 other people that will be ready to go will be able to do 50 as well.
How are you getting your word out? How are you getting besides here?
The trouble with getting the word out is this is scary and people don't know who to trust. So how we're doing it is things like this. We presented at 1 Million Cups in Kansas City, part of the KC AI Club. And I don't ever want this to sound egotistical. I'm being known as the AI guy. So I walk into a room at 1 Million Cups. Nico can kind of attest to this. I'm the guy that you go to right now to talk about AI. Why we want to be first to market with this, you need an honest person with honest expectations that's going to be very clear and transparent about this, because results can't be guaranteed. And there's a huge trust factor. I tell people my scores are going to go up and down because AI goes up and down. Anybody that says they're an AI expert right now, it's not possible, because AI itself doesn't know itself. It's too young. So hopefully that answered that. Hi.
So this service, is it profitable or even really affordable for your average bootleg startup, or is this something that more of an established company would benefit more from?
Sliding scale right now, because I want a variety of things. Google, you're a small business, you're a plumber, you're an HVAC, you're that type of thing. That's where you go to Google for. In Kansas City, I have a poet, musician, and speaker as one of my clients, because AI, I can get them to recognize him. So if I have a unique concept that doesn't have a lot of money, yeah, let's find something that works, because it's a win-win situation. AI is going to be so different in how I can help people that I have to be flexible with that. But as far as normal pricing, I try to be as intelligent as I can. So I took SEO. What does a mid to high range SEO program cost in Kansas City? Then what does it cost nationally? Come back with an average on that. Factor in that this is a new service not a lot of people know about. So I stay right around the same SEO range.
So you said you're known as the AI guy.
unfortunately.
Well, that's a broad statement.
It is.
We could all have many discussions
Yep.
about AI needs. Have you thought about branching out into other AI support for businesses?
So one thing I do that's come out of this is I will come in and I'll analyze your workflow. And I will look for ways to make people's jobs easier, more fun, and more efficient. I'm working with a place right now, 2 accountants. They do the same job, but with AI, they don't have to conform to what the software is asking them to do. I can create something that's personal and their style of learning that makes it easier for them, therefore happier, therefore more efficient, therefore less turnover, but the result is the same. For me, my people are remote. I want them remote. The goal is the same. The efficiency expectations the same. You work when you want. You work where you want. You work on your time. People want time. There's a survey every single year that somehow surprises people. People don't want more money. They want more time. I have had a business saying, hey, I want to eliminate some jobs. I want to make more money. Not for Lefty. It's going to be for somebody, and I don't judge them. Go get your money, but it's not for Lefty. Yes, that's the best part. I'm getting asked to build a lot of different things.
So at some point, Lefty Media might be Lefty something more broad.
Anything somebody wants, because I wake up at 2 in the morning and love this stuff, I'll find a way to build it. Interestingly enough, Cream heard I was the AI guy. And he's building something called United Heritage Group, working with alumni with colleges across the country. And he contacted me on LinkedIn. Got very lucky.
You had a question too, right here. I always thought with AI, you train it individually in your own device.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for example, me and Mike's algorithm are very different. So if we were to ask AI the same question, it would give us a different answer. Does your service work with the algorithm, or does it kind of jump over that like people with Google ads, where it would show at the top no matter who's searching? Or does it work with the individual algorithms? Does that make sense?
Yeah, you have to train it. You have to train it where to go to find the data. So algorithms, yes and no, but essentially you're training it where to go. So like with the Department of Transportation records, on the backside of their website, I told it to go there. Go look at this. So it can recommend them from that. So it's about, yes, people are going to get different answers. That's why the pick rate, if it's in the 20s, is actually a very good score. I don't know that I'll ever hit 90. If my geo is in the 60s, that's actually a very good score. Because worst thing you can do, and I do in front of a client, I think I did it with Nico. I said, hey, put in voidtotal.com. Your GPT, not mine, doesn't know me. And it said it word for word. Then I showed him the back end of the website on what I programmed. So algorithms, yes and no, but it just wants to know where to go to get authoritative information that people can trust. And you have to be pointed to the right places.
Well, thank you
No,
very
no,
much.
thank you.